Hi, this is Ashish Kalia. Let me explain what do I take away from the budget 2022. So my takeaway, a big takeaway is going to be a huge spending on capex by the government. Now that's a very positive sign, right? When the economy is in doldrum, the government really needs to boost it by spending and increasing the velocity of money, and that's going to help. That's one. But at the same time, that is going to also increase inflation. Now, no one talked about inflation in budget, so that's going to be a sign of worry for sure. Nevertheless, good for growth and prosperity. Next, the long-term capital gain surcharge capped at 15%, so that is good for boosting the sentiments. The focus has been on digital India and also ensuring that any transaction, maybe it is through any digital way, is also taxed at 30%. Now this is a very big boost to the cryptocurrency traders, I suppose. I'm assuming that this way you can possibly trade and you can speculate and you can do a lot of things and pay away the tax, and that is going to be a legit income. That is what my assumption is, but you might have to check the fine print. So that's a plus. A lot of spending on the infra projects, and overall we can clearly see a boost for even the cement sector and the infrastructure companies. Now that has been the focus, not only now, that has been the focus over the past many years in those budget also. So it does not necessarily mean that the markets are going to go up immediately from here on and there is going to be a strong rally that we want to see. That's not how it functions, because the market was already discounting that. It seems like that the rally was already ongoing over past 2 to 3 days. Nifty went from around that 16,830 mark towards that 17,600 closing today. So that clearly suggested the move has already happened. But at the same time, there is a room for more on the upside as far as markets are concerned. So budget also did not touch the income tax rates, which is a good sign in a way, right? Because you don't really want too much of deficit at hand when you know that there is already too much of load that you want to offload. So that's the thing. And I think that's a very plus sign. Yes, not good for me as an individual or you as an individual, but that's a plus sign for the economy. So and lot of focus has been also given how to boost those agricultural sectors which are most affected because of the pandemic, because of the COVID. So a lot of focus on that, focus on digital India. And each of the aspects have been also talked about, startups, a lot of those things. So it seems it's a very well balanced budget. So the budget has been good. The only worry for me right now over here is nothing has been talked about inflation. And that's going to be a very important factor. We can clearly see what has happened to Turkey. We can see what happened to Zimbabwe. We can see a lot of those economies where the inflation started skyrocketing high. And with this capex spending, there is going to be inflation in the economies. Also, the bond yields of India has already started sharping on the upside. We can clearly see that happening. US bond yields have been moving higher. So that clearly suggests that we are entering into the regime of higher interest rates. So the interest rate cycle should reverse. And if that reverses, pressure is going to build up because the crude oil prices are already rallying. We can clearly see that there is a lot of borrowing from the government. So the pressure is going to build up. So it's not an easy journey from here on, even for the markets. And in a nutshell, if you look at the Nifty, I think 17,800 is the level to watch at on the upside. 17,100, followed by 17,240 remains a very important support. Let's see where it heads from here on. If 17,800 breaks and that 18,000 psychological level breaks, then that can be a sign of further up move. But looking at the overall structure of the index independently by looking at time, I think we might consolidate for now, and then the markets will decide the direction. So the budget was good, but the market was already up even before the budget started and closed exactly at the level before the budget was announced. So that clearly shows that a good thumbs up for the budget, but market does what it has to do. This is Ashish Kal signing off. Stay tuned, keep looking at this, and you will be amazed to see how we can correlate markets with economy and with the budget. Thank you very much.